And welcome back, guys. It is Jack Spade. Today we are going to be reviewing the HD PVR rocket by Hauppauge in association with gift4gamers.com, so be sure to check them out. They do giveaways and stuff like that, and we'll certainly talk a little bit more about them at the end of the video. But we are going to be reviewing this entry-level capture card. Personally, I've been using it for a little over a year now, so definitely a lot of projects have come out of this capture card, and I've kind of seen some of the pros and the cons that come with it. The box itself, which I actually have saved for over a year now, it looks exactly like this. It's pretty underwhelming. It's just kind of telling you exactly what comes in the box and what stuff it can do. For the standards in today's age, 2019, it does kind of seem like it's getting a little bit outdated. The things that they advertise are very standard on most capture cards these days. So the capture card itself looks like this. It's a kind of rectangle, and it's a decent size. It's something that you could take in your pocket to a friend's house or any other place that you need to record. It's pretty sleek. I like the design. You can see the big red button, which you can use to record. So how it works is you can either plug in a thumb drive and just directly record from your Xbox or from your PC, from your PS4, directly onto the thumb drive. There's kind of a mixer panel on the front here, but honestly it doesn't really do its job that well, so that is why I personally use the recording program that comes with it. It's called Hauppauge Capture, and it's relatively simple. It's an easy interface, and it does most of the things that you would need to do with a capture card these days. Besides the actual capture card itself, it does come with a USB-Y cable, so it has both the USB 2.0 and 3.0 ports. Personally, I broke mine, so I ended up having to get a replacement from Amazon, but it still works fine, and that just provides the power to the capture card and sends the information and everything. It also comes with a HDMI cord to connect to your Xbox or to your TV, whatever you need it for, so that's kind of nice. I think that some capture cards don't come with an HDMI cord included, so that was definitely kind of a bonus. It also comes with a mic, which is really low quality. It comes with a very cheap, kind of off-brand lavalier mic, and honestly I've never really used that once. It's not been something that I've needed to use. I mean, I've always had better options, so not something that you're going to be getting a ton of use out of. And then it also comes with a composite adapter in the case that you're recording from a PS3 or another device that needs a composite output like the original Wii or something. So that is nice. That's definitely helpful for those projects that are a little older. But yeah, in general, some of the pros are the fact that it does what it should most of the time. One of the things that I've kind of noticed with the PVR rocket is that it kind of has a penchant for glitches. It's kind of commonplace for there to be some video glitches or audio glitches. It kind of seems like it's more common when you're recording directly onto a thumb drive instead of directly onto your computer's hard drive through the Hauppauge capture software. But besides that, the capture software is relatively easy to use. It's a simple interface, and when I did get my Yeti mic, I was able to record that audio on a separate track from the game audio or even the PC audio that I might have needed to be recording for a video. So that was nice. That is pretty standard with most recording programs these days, but it was definitely good. Obviously, I still haven't changed after, more than a year of use of this. It's still working for me fine enough. Like, occasionally there's some annoying glitches, but it does its job for the most part, so, I have still been using it. If we're talking about the cons, I mean, I already kind of mentioned how there's some glitches, and occasionally you'll be able to see in some of my videos there are tiny audio glitches where the recording program, like, misinterprets the signal from from the Yeti mic, and there's a little blip. I've definitely gotten some comments about that, so I think people notice that for sure, but that's definitely kind of a con. Also, it doesn't have an SD card input, so your only real option for recording directly is onto the thumb drive. You can't record onto an SD card, which is something that I know some people would like to do. Also, it only has an auxiliary mic jack. So, you can use something like this, a cheap lavalier mic, if that's the way you want to go, but unfortunately you can't actually plug in a Yeti Snowball mic directly into the capture card. You would have to plug it into your computer and use the recording program, which is what I do, and it totally works fine, but I know some people would like a USB input. Besides that, the price is also something that is not the best. It kind of seems like they've kept their price pretty steady over the years that it's been out. It's about $132, kind of specific, but it's kind of expensive for how mediocre it is. If it was really top of the line, that makes sense, but these days capture cards are getting cheaper and cheaper. You can get an Elgato for under $100, used, or some places new, and it's definitely a better value than something like this, which comes along with some issues and is not the absolute best. Also, I've personally found that it has trouble with live streaming. When I've tried to stream through the PVR Rocket to my computer to YouTube Live, there are some really weird glitches with the video that go on, especially when there's a lot going on the screen and stuff is changing, like if I'm on the main menu of Rocket League and I'm rotating the camera around my car, there are some really weird stuttery glitches. There's like lag. It's really unfortunate, and I know that I've kind of had to cut back on my live streaming because of some of those issues. I found workarounds and stuff, but it's still not the best. So that's kind of my overall view of the PVR Rocket. It's something that'll do its job well, but it does have some glitches, and it's missing some ports that would be nice, and it's not the best option that you've got out there these days. So I think that's kind of my general score of it. And if we're talking about score, I think I would probably call it maybe like a 5 or 6 out of 10. Like, it does its job, but it's not amazing at it. So yeah, that's that for the review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys got some information out of it. And I know if I was to buy a capture card again, I certainly wouldn't go with this one first, for my very first choice. But if we're going to be talking about Gift4Gamers a little bit more, they are a technology and gaming blog. If you want to check them out, the link is of course going to be in the description, and they also do giveaways. They do giveaways twice a month, they told me, and you can win all sorts of stuff there, gaming hardware, technologies, all sorts of stuff. So if you want to go sign up for that, the link will also be in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a good one, and yeah, go ahead and subscribe to gift4gamers.com. They've got a lot more content coming on the way.